uh, I often talk about is coming up with a name, right? And sometimes I don't think we've had a whole lot of trouble, except for I think it was, it's with that. What's some? I know your minds are spinning. It's okay. We're just all family here, huh? Uh, you're right. You're right. So they take all that excitement away, right? Yeah, birth of the child, right? And that was the difference between our older ones and younger ones. I thank you for that. That excitement is why. Wait till the birth happens. Exactly. And like you said, Mike, old school, that's one thing. Another thing you wait for is you want red hair, black hair, blonde hair, big nose, big mouth, the list goes on. And that's the thing, even go down to picking the toes apart, and just, every little detail. And that's the okay. That's the instinct thing is that as what traits the child carries, right? It's my wife and I's baby. It's interesting to see what God put together from her and I, and what God saw fit to give us, and to see that develop. But it's very interesting, as so it's a very special moment. And so when we think of the birth of Christ, I asked my wife this morning, you think there's anybody here this morning that could relate to Mary? You know what she said? I can. And okay, I'm like, yeah, you probably can. And that was with Rosella. Some of the first things that come to mind when I thought of her, being born in Bolivia, away from everybody, in a government hospital. You never know what's going to happen or what can come up and all that. All those feelings of the what ifs in a what if country. Because it had not really gone as we expected. So what do you think this morning was Joseph and Mary's experience with Jesus? Huh? Joseph? Yes. Dad down here. Was that everyone? Of course. The Father. Up here. Which is very, very important. Which I don't know what I would have done without the Father at all of our births. Okay, who else was there with Jesus at his birth? Well, we're all familiar with the story, right? I haven't found that it directly said that, but it would assume that there were animals there. Is that everything? Was that everybody? How many agree that would be everybody? You would say so? Okay. Mike Sams and his wife say that was everybody. All of you agreed with that? Not sure, huh? You know who else I put in there? Not at the birth, but soon after, but in that same time frame. Mike, would you agree with that? You would? How many more would agree with that? Mike says yeah, and Brian says no. Mike says no. I asked that at the family after, I think it was right before lunch. It'd be all the more special, right? Last part of verse 7. I'm sorry, in verse 7. So many Jews, God's chosen history according to the Jewish customs, had evidence of it. The shame she carried because. So my question, how can we heart? Let's think of it today. You know, when a birthday is for is